Well, hello, Bowie neighbors. It's Tuesday, which means it's time for your weekly real estate market update. Now, if you've been wondering whether buyers or sellers are winning this week, I want you to stick around because the numbers tell a very interesting story about what's really happening right now in our market. So, as you know, I'm Denise Watkins with Snapshot Properties and the Watkins Real Estate Team, keeping you in the know with what's really moving and what's not moving in the Bowie market. So each week I break down the latest listings, the pendings, the closing, and trends that help you make real smart decisions. So let's get started. But before we dive into the numbers, I want to highlight some of the activities and events that are happening here in Bowie this week. So as you know, Six Flags of America has officially closed its gates for the first time after more than 50 years of operation. For so many people in Bowie, including my own family, this place wasn't just a theme park. It was a first job, a summer tradition, and a source of community pride. So seeing it sit vacant now feels surreal, and honestly, it's a little heartbreaking. But with 50 acres of open land, there's also hope that leaders and developers will create something meaningful, something that serves the people who've called this area home for decades. So now let's get into some upcoming performances. On Friday, November the 7th, the Bowie Center for the Performing Arts. Have you heard of Unfraid? It's a storyteller cabaret and it's scheduled for 7:30 p.m. at the theater. It's a fun, low-cost outing and it supports local arts. Now, homeowner tip of the day. With fall here, I want you to take a moment this week and clear your gutters and check the downspouts because gutters get clogged with leaves and it can lead to overflow, foundation issue, or ice dams later. So just get a ladder or hire a local service person to run a test flow so that you ensure that the water is discharged away from the foundation. Okay, here's what we've been waiting for, the housing market update. So this week, we're holding steady with 84 active listings across Bowie, from condos starting around $200,000 all the way up to luxury housing at $1.4 million. Now the median list price is around $550,000 and the average days on market is about 34. Now this means that homes are selling, but buyers have a little bit more breathing room than they did earlier this year. Now here's where it gets interesting. We saw a jump in expired listings this week. That means that more sellers had their homes come off the market unsold. And that's a red flag for pricing and presentation. So when you see an increase in expires, it's often a sign that buyers are pushing back and they're being pickier. They're watching interest rates. They're looking for value. So if your home didn't sell, it might not be the market, it might be the marketing. And that's where strategy comes in. Another key site is this week. Over 100,000 in seller concessions were offered across Bowie. Now, what does that mean? Sellers are helping buyers with closing costs or rate buydowns to make the deal happen. So for buyers, that's an opportunity to reduce your out-of-pocket expenses and make that monthly payment more affordable. And then for sellers, it's a reminder that pricing strategically and offering incentives can help your home stand out. Now on the closing side, homes sold between $310,000 and $1.3 million with an average sales price of around $610,000. That's how strong demand across a wide range of price points. But again, buyers are cautious. Homes that show well are priced right are the ones that move. So what does that mean? That means if you are a buyer, it's a great time to negotiate. If you are a seller, don't panic about the expires. Just make sure your home is positioned correctly for today's market. Now, if you want a personalized update on your neighborhood or a free home value report or review, send me a quick message or just visit the WatkinsTeamRE.com/contact. And don't forget, I'll be right back here next Tuesday with your market update for Bowie, Maryland. So stay tuned, stay informed, stay encouraged, and I will see you next week.